What's good, Commanders fans? So Minicamp day 2. Getting this video out to you guys late. Had a super busy day, man. But let's start with the guys who were off the field. Warren Sapp was there today. He was just visiting. You know, he does have a history with Martin Mayhew, the former Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Great defensive tackle, Warren Sapp. So he's a great guy that the team can learn from. You know, Chase Young and Montez, they had down years, so John Allen had a great year, but they can still learn from a guy like a Warren Sapp. And he said a lot of good things. He said, you know, don't worry about giving yourself up. They need to play as a unit and play together. He called them like bowling balls and knives or something like that. He had a lot of funny things to say, but what he was saying was real stuff from what I heard from the interviews that he had. But basically just saying that they need to play together. You know, last year you saw Chase Young and Montez Sweat running past Josh Allen, and Marcus Spears called them out for it. So they need to hear from guys. You know, I know they're listening to Sam Mills and Jack Del Rio, but a, you know, legend like Warren Sapp, they can definitely take and learn from him. He said the 3 words you don't want to say is "I got it." You know, and he meant what he meant. But he said the worst 3 words in football are "we got it" or "I got it." You ain't got shiggity in this game. You better work on it. So Warren Sapp was spitting real stuff to the guys. He said they've got a real nice group, talking about the D-line, a real nice young group. They remind me of me and my boys when we were young. So, you know, they got to listen to Warren Sapp, man. This guy won a Super Bowl, 7-time Pro Bowler, Hall of Famer, and a Super Bowl champion. So he had a lot to say, a lot of good things to say about them. A lot of good things to say about Chase Young, Montez, John Allen, Deron Payne. He said they got a real good unit. So good to see Warren Sapp there. I hope the guys can learn from him and take what he said and improve on from what they did last year. So this is from Ben Standing. Side field crew today at the top of practice includes Curtis Samuel and Dax Mills. So Curtis Samuel, you know, we know he's been on the side field a lot, but for the most part, you know, he has had a good mini camp. Ferdarian Mathis was out with an illness. Cornelius Lucas out with an illness. And Charles Leno was out because he got hurt yesterday. But Curtis Samuel, you know, I'm not going to call him Paul Richardson or anything like that. Pete Haley says Curtis Samuel was on the aspirin cycling team today. He looked pretty good, dang good yesterday after missing last Wednesday's OTAs with general soreness, but he's not currently involved at minicamp. So I'm not gonna hit the panic button on Curtis Samuel, but it is, you know, I think it's just a precautionary thing. I'm not gonna call him Paul Richardson, but it's a precautionary thing. So Ron Rivera is taking it easy with Curtis Samuel, giving him rest days, but it is crazy that, you know, there's 2 years left on his contract. So this is why we need Terry back badly, because I just can't 100% rely on. I just can't do it. I can't do it. But I'm excited for Curtis Samuel. I like the idea of Curtis Samuel. I just want to see it in consistent play and see him on the field and actually contributing to the team and doing something for the team. That's what I want to see from Curtis Samuel. So, but every time he's on the side field, can I say I'm surprised? I'm really not. But I know it's a precautionary thing that Ron Rivera is doing right now. This is from Matt Paris. This is from JP Finlay. No, this is from Matt Paris. He says, Minicamp Day 2 team drills thread. Sadiq Charles is playing left tackle with Charles Leno and Cornelius Lucas not being there. Carson Wentz was picked off by Cole Holcomb, though Cole Holcomb dropped it as he started to run back. So Cole Holcomb, he's having a good minicamp. He probably will be the starting Mike linebacker. And he almost had an interception. You gotta catch the football. You can't have hands like a snake there. We dropped a lot of interceptions last year, so we do have to hang on the football. Carson was throwing an almost interception to Cole Holcomb. Zach Selby says Terrell Heineke airs it out to Mark and Michelle and is broken up by Troy Apke. So Trapke making plays. We know he had a great training camp a couple years ago. He's one of the best practice players in the NFL. Special teams ace. So Troy Apke, Trapke making plays. Zach Selby says the defense has been in the backfield a lot to start out the day. They just shut down what was a pitch to the outside. Zach Selby says AGG, Antonio Gandy-Golden, just had a really nice catch over a defender during red zone drills. The play ended in a touchdown. So Antonio Gandy-Golden, man, I think he's going to be better at tight end. I really think he's going to get a chance and get an opportunity here with Logan Thomas being out. Pete Haley also says AGG has a long way to go. That tight end room is more jumbled than a hoarder's attic. He's trying to make a joke there, but he's noticed some pop more at this position than I've ever really seen, than I ever really did at wide receiver, talking about AGG, a promising start to the experiment. So remember the game AGG had that catch against the Bengals where he mauled somebody on a 2-point conversion and stood over him, little boyed him. That's what AGG can do, man. He's got the hops, he's got the athleticism. So I think at tight end that will be better for him. I think he has a legitimate chance to make the roster at tight end and actually make somewhat of an impact. Ethan Kettle says during 11 simulating a 3rd and goal situation, Carson Wentz found Antonio Gandy-Golden in the back left corner of the end zone it was an impressive grab from AGG who had to go up and get it. So you see the bounce from Liberty. You watch his highlights and his tape. He had bounce, he had hops, but he just can't create separation. And at the tight end position, he's not really going to have to create too much separation like a wide receiver. So he could be a red zone threat. If he makes the roster, he definitely could be a red zone threat. So I do want to see him in preseason again at the tight end position. Zach Selby said Percy Butler just made a really impressive interception in the end zone. Had a perfect read on the route. Taylor Heineke threw the ball, and it was intercepted by Percy Butler. So that's good news from Percy Butler. We want to see him making plays. The rookie, he could possibly be playing that Buffalo nickel. Ron Rivera talked about Percy Butler, and like he's going to get a lot of snaps this year. So that's good news to hear from Percy Butler. He pulled off a diving interception in the end zone. The whole defense went nuts. Taylor Heineke responded well, though, with a touchdown on the next play. This is from Ethan Kedow. Zach Selby said starting units just went through 2-minute drills with 4 seconds on the clock. Carson Wentz passed to Dotson, falls incomplete. Ben St. Juste was defending on the play. So Ben St. Juste has had a great minicamp. Jack Del Rio said it. A lot of people, Logan Paulson said it. Ben St. Juste has been that slot corner, that outside guy. He has long arms and is very physical and has quick feet. So we're expecting a breakout year from Ben St. Juste, finally being healthy from the concussions. Zach Selby says Taylor Heineke just threw a bomb to Mark and Michelle, who is the brother of Sony Michel. And Mark and Michelle used to play for the Eagles, and he played in the AAFL or USFL. He had a step on Corn Elder. Michelle holding the pass and finished the play in the end zone. And then Zach Selby says another really impressive grab from Mark and Michelle. So Mark and Michelle's had a great mini camp too, man. He's been making a lot of catches. John Combs says Derek Forces had a good camp as well. He's been playing that Buffalo nickel position, so we do want to see him make a leap from last year. Matt Paris said this might be Carson Wentz's most uneven day of OTA. It's not that he's been bad, just some overthrows are all over the place, including some very impressive ones. So Carson Wentz up and down day to day. He's had some really good days for the most part. Every beat reporter I've heard, they said Carson Wentz looks night and day better than what they had last year, and the offense has been winning practice because Carson Wentz has been doing a good job. So Matthew Paris said, Ron Rivera said, we're not trading Terry. We're doing everything we can to get this done. Now, I'm not going to take too much stock in this. I'm not panicking, but at the same time, we've heard Pete Carroll and coaches and GM say, Pete Carroll said, we're not trading Russell Wilson. Next thing you know, Russell Wilson got traded. So for whatever it's worth, you take Ron Rivera's word, but like I said, I'm not going to panic and run with it, but we've heard GMs and coaches say certain things, and then other things happen. So that's all I'm going to say on that. Serge the Shooter said, Mark and Michelle still making plays every practice. Any quarterback just caught 2 back-to-back deep balls beating coverage. And they also talked about St. Juste sticking with Jahan Dotson in the slot prevents a TD. Another standout during these OTAs, in my opinion. So Mark and Michelle, man, he's making good plays, man. I'm not saying he's going to make the roster or anything, but can he make the practice squad? If somebody gets hurt, can he step up and play? He is a speedster. He's a guy that can take the top off the defense, and he is a burner. So, that just adds depth. He'll probably make the practice squad, but hey, maybe he can sneak on the roster. We'll see. We'll see. And that's about it, man. Warren Sapp came in and talked to the guys and got them hyped up. But, Taylor Heineke had a solid day today. He talked about being the backup. He said, talking about Carson Wentz, he said, if you're paying somebody $30 million and you're paying someone else $2 million, you're paying this guy $30 million to play. Carson's a great quarterback. My job is just to back him up. So Taylor Heineke, he knows his role. He knows what he is. And, last note here about Jamin Davis. Matt Paris said that Jamin Davis fell down hard when he was trying to get to Taylor Heineke. I'm going to find the tweet here really quick. He says Jamin Davis in with the second team in red zone drills, and he just fell down badly when trying to contain Taylor Heineke on the run. Instead of David Mayo ahead of him, though, it's been Khalil Hudson so far. So don't get too down on Jamin Davis because of this. Ron Rivera, he does like to interchange lineups and second team and first team here and there. But that's good news for Khalil Hudson. But, Jamin Davis, we're expecting a leap from him. He had an underwhelming rookie season. So he said that he fell down badly when trying to contain Taylor Heineke. So he does have to work on tackling, and he does have to work on taking on blocks and shedding blocks. So that's something that Jamin Davis has to improve on. So, but yeah, basically that's it. AGG had a great day. Mark and Michelle had another great day. Taylor Heineke had a good day apparently too. Chris Russell said Brian Robinson runs really hard. He had a 55-yard touchdown run today in practice today too. So those were the standouts: Brian Robinson, AGG, and Mark and Michelle today. So that was about it. So yeah, we'll see what happens with Terry. A lot of Colts fans are running with rumors and photoshopping Terry McLaurin in Colts jersey. So, but like I said, I feel like they will get a deal done. But like I said, with this regime and how things go in Washington, you just never know. All right, guys, Hail to the Commanders. Peace.